When I was in the 5th grade, that's when I really decided that I want to be the greatest football player I could possibly be. And it's just an intrinsic drive that I've had since then.
McCarthy, great move, accelerates and scores.
Jump man, jumping. That boy is up to something.
Calming yourself is priority number one. You have to lay that foundation. When I was in high school at IMG, that's when I really started getting into mindfulness meditation, and that kind of sprouted my fascination with the whole practice. Once I found the dramatic impact it made on my everyday life, it was something that I just couldn't give up and something that I just want to thrive in as well as football.
First time I saw him was actually the first game, and I saw him do it, and I was like, huh, okay. And I actually started meditating at some points in the day, and it really does help. So it just helps me clear his mind and being focused and be in line and be in the moment, not be anywhere else.
The kid's special. He's one of a kind. I joke around, I call him the miracle boy. JJ can pick up a fumbled snap, roll out the pocket, throw a ball across his body for a touchdown pass.
Touchdown, Wolverines! McCarthy making chicken salad.
When I was in high school, I just had an obsessive drive of improving. And writing on the whiteboard was just something that was super simple and that I would see every single day, the minute I wake up, the minute I go to bed. Whether it was looking at overrated, looking at all these different motivational quotes that would just kind of get me going, and it just fueled my passion for constant improvement.
McCarthy looking, throws deep, got a wide open receiver. They said the kid couldn't throw the deep ball. J.J. McCarthy lobs it wide open, touchdown. J.J. McCarthy, what a game it's turning out to be for this young man.
I've seen it since he was a freshman. We just saw that light in him. So I really wasn't as surprised as everyone else was, because I'm sure at the Illinois game everyone had their doubts, but we didn't. We didn't.
Michigan improves to 12-0, and the Wolverines head to the Big Ten championship.
Aidan O'Connell exemplifies what it means to be a Boilermaker. There's a lot of great quarterbacks that have come through Purdue, and Aidan is definitely one of them. He's earned it the hard way. He's gone above and beyond to put in the work.
O'Connell floats it. It's caught! Touchdown, Charlie Jones!
There's no question that Aidan O'Connell is the heartbeat of this team. I remember after practice, I would still see Aidan O'Connell out there throwing in the net for hours and hours, thinking, I don't know if that kid will ever play here, but his work ethic, I do believe that when you put in the work, it shows up.
When I first got here, he was bottom of the barrel, just barely getting scout team reps, and now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
I've been here for more than 4 decades and seen all the great quarterbacks.
It's caught! It's a touchdown!
I don't think I've ever seen anybody play a better 6-game stretch than Aidan played at the end of the 2021 season. And I think that propelled him to come back to see if he could maintain that level of play and also to see if they could take his team to the next step. The one thing that you've picked up over the years here with Aidan O'Connell is he is a person of faith. And his faith, I think, is really pulling him through an incredibly difficult situation with the loss of his brother. I found out when I got to the stadium on Saturday what had happened, and I was amazed that not only was he performing, but as it turned out, he was performing at a pretty high level.
O'Connell to Durham, goal line, power, touchdown Purdue!
But then again, you're really not surprised because Aidan O'Connell does a lot of things that make you shake your head and say, nobody can be like this. This guy is too good to be true.
O'Connell time, Jones wide open!
It's really hard to see someone like him go through something like that, especially someone you're close with. All you can really do is try to be there for him, try to support him in any way possible. He's a warrior, he was out there. He wanted to be out there with his teammates and finish a job that he's been working on for a long time.
Growing up, football has been a part of my family culture. Belgrade, Florida is such a small town. Muck City, there's not much there. Low socioeconomic area. And growing up, the only way a lot of people made it out was through sports, specifically football. That's how we were brought up. Football is kind of like the savior of the area.
The love definitely sparked when me and my sister would be on the sidelines of the field, just playing football, playing catch. She was always there with me, and I was always there with her, and it just sparked something special in both of our eyes.
We're witnessing a barrier breaker, the first female grad assistant in Big Ten and Power 5 college football history. That is Milan Bolden-Morris.
I never knew she wanted to get into football at this magnitude. I always thought she was going to become like a basketball coach somewhere, maybe a GA for Georgetown.
Once I got to Georgetown, to get a little pocket money, I trained some kids in basketball and coached Little League flag football. It became something I fell in love with. My mom was like, hey, why don't you try to reach out to Coach Harbaugh and get an internship? And I was like, no, I'm good over here, I'm comfortable. But my mom being my mom, she called Coach Harbaugh anyway. After multiple conversations with Coach, he said, do you want to be a GA? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, a GA, that's huge. It was just gonna be an internship. And he was like, no, I trust that what you bring to the table is more than enough, and your perspective is something that we need here.
She's someone that we could talk to about anything, and just like a different voice, a different perspective than coaches that have been here for years. It's so refreshing to be able to have that, especially in the quarterback room where I'm with her every single day.
Whatever I did, my brother had his space, and that football would never come in between our relationship. And so that was my biggest fear, of kind of messing up that relationship and me being too coachy.
From a physical aspect, I'm not getting embarrassed in front of my sister. So that's at every game I approach that. Every time we have a workout, I approach that. Every time she's watching, I'm not getting embarrassed in front of my sister. So you're gonna get all of me and then some, just because she's watching.
Their relationship, I think, is probably one of the coolest things, you know, the interaction that they have. Every time I see Mike get a sack.
Sacked again. Mike Morris.
She's almost, 5 yards on the field, throwing fists, excited for him. And then after the game, they embrace one another the way they do.
I always tell her, every time she thinks it's hard or she struggles with it, I'm like, you're not necessarily doing this for yourself. This is for the next generation of female coaches who aspire to be like you.
There's a quote that I read that I tried to live by, and it's, you plant trees that you never see grow. And it's that girl, that boy watching me that I may never meet that is inspired by something that I'm doing. I'm motivating them to have faith in whatever it is that they want to do.
We're honored to have a Purdue legend here with us. He's here to support you. We'll let Drew Brees give us a few words. Thank you.
Jeff Brom came into a difficult situation when he took over in 2017, and ironically, the first game was against his alma mater in Lucas Oil Stadium.
This is a new era of Purdue football, and it starts tonight, and it's about all you guys doing this for one another. Man, play your balls off, have fun, and let's go get a big win tonight.
I remember the first game vividly.
Looking corner again. He's got it. Touchdown.
Just a really good experience for our guys playing in that setting, a beautiful dome in front of great fans and a great crowd. Ended up losing by 7 points, but I thought our guys really played hard and competed.
I remember walking out of there thinking, right now we're a better football team and a better football program than we were at the end of last season, and the excitement was back in Purdue football. And Purdue is going to be competitive again.
Game-winning attempt for Mitchell Finner for Purdue's 9th win of the season. And it is good, and Purdue in a back-and-forth affair wins it in overtime.
He's taken a team that before he had gotten there had won 9 games in a 4-year span to a team now that has a chance to win 9 games or more in back-to-back years, which we haven't had here in a long time.
Gatorade bucket
emptied on Jeff Brown. And this Boilermaker team, for the first time in school history, will play in the Big Ten championship game next week in Indianapolis.
I'm not going to lie, it's a dream that myself, our coaches and players dream about, and you don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but you just kind of grind away and see if you can get it done. So once again, couldn't be prouder. Coach, we might have something coming here to visit with you guys. What do you think?
We're excited to be back in the same stadium that we started in with an opportunity to compete for a Big Ten championship. That's certainly special.
Every game so far, I think I've went out there and just taken a couple of deep breaths and just acknowledge how blessed I am for just the opportunity that I have to play football and the sport that I love.
Ronnie's journey has been a special one. Tearing his ACL his senior year, coming back for his 5th year. Seeing everything he went through to get back to where he is right now has been a blessing to see.
Touchdown, Bell.
Somebody asked me if I like talk trash when I play football. And I was like, I used to. But I was like, I don't even really talk trash no more, man. I just be out there having fun.
From Ohio Stadium, also known as the Horseshoe. Welcome to the game.
When I took the field at Ohio State, I felt almost as if the world was mine. Being able to play in that game, being able to be a part of that, everything was just right in front of me, and we all just needed to go grab it.
McCarthy bounces out, looking, directing, throws off his back foot, caught! Ronnie Bell down at the Ohio State 25.
I saw it in his eyes in the locker room before the game that he just wanted it so much more than probably everybody in the locker room because he wasn't there last year. I'm sure he felt like he didn't contribute at all, but he did.
During the Big Ten championship, Coach actually wanted me to suit up for that game, and I made the decision not to just because I knew I wasn't supposed to be running around yet, and I knew if I suited up, I was going to want to.
I just can't wait to take the field with him. It's going to be like an emotional moment for me because he's meant so much to me this year. He's really been that leader, that big brother through this whole process of this season. I love the guy. I just can't wait to see him shine.
The Journey Big Ten Football 2022 is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It's Go Blue versus Boiler Up with a B1G title on the line.
Look around, seriously, take a moment, look around. This is where your hard work's gotten you. Run it loose, have fun. I love every single one of you boys. Let's go win this game. Let's go, Boilers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Champ versus champ. The difference is you. You work way too hard. You let anything get in your way of a championship. Discipline, pride, sacrifice, everything you put on the line for this moment.
Purdue has won big games before. The key to winning this game today is to do what they do best, and that's let Aidan O'Connell do his thing.
Okay, you guys worked really hard to get here, so there's no reason not to cut it loose come game day. All game long. And you're going to get hit in the mouth a few times. You got to get right back up, and you got to bring it. You've earned the right for this football game. Give it your all for 60 minutes, and do not let up. Now let's go win.
Yeah! It's time! Get that juice flowing!
This is going to be a great matchup. It's going to be a fun night, an exciting night, and there's a lot more at stake on one side than the other.
Purdue's in uncharted waters here. This is the first time they made it to championship. It's a big day. They're kind of playing with house money.
Ready or not, here we go. It's Purdue and Michigan for the Big Ten title.
Two receivers split left. JJ in a shotgun on this 3rd and 6. JJ's got the snap, back to pass, looking downfield. Here comes the rush. JJ bails out of there, rolls back. He's on his own 40-yard line, creating time and looking downfield. JJ now is going to fire, and he's got a man at the 25. It's Cornelius Johnson, and he is dragged down at the Purdue 25-yard line. Wolverines 1st and 10. JJ has the handoff, but takes the snap rather. Is going to fire towards the end zone. Out man, Coaston Muflin's got it as he rolls over the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. And how about that?
The critical thing for Purdue right now is this is a huge moment for them.
What I like about Purdue's offense is their pace. They're keeping Michigan on their heels.
He throws again over them and got a man wide open. It's Charlie Jones again. He's down to the 21-yard line, a 17-yard pickup, and all of a sudden Charlie Jones finding his way through this Michigan secondary. 1st and 10, the Boilermakers at the Michigan 21. This time they bring Tyrone Tracy Jr. in motion, and they're going to give it to him in an inside handoff. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, cuts back at the 10, still on his feet at the 5. I think he's going to be short.
Purdue has it under center. It's Aidan O'Connell, and he hands it off to Maccabee towards the goal line.
He's in for the touchdown! And the Boilermakers respond with a long touchdown drive.
Pistol formation now. Edwards directly behind J.J. McCarthy on 2nd and 5. J.J. fake handoff to Donovan. Back to pass in the pocket. Fires deep downfield. It's caught. Ronnie Bell inside the Purdue 35-yard line. Purdue on top, 10-7.
Wolverines trying to take the lead here for the 2nd time in the game.
3rd down and 4. J.J. back to pass. Here comes a heavy rush. He bails out of there. Looking downfield. Fires across his body in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker. And the Wolverines have struck back.
Well, if you wanted a great Big Ten football championship game, we've got one so far.
They've invited Purdue to stick around in this game. Now Michigan gets that opportunity here in the second half to set the tone with this opening drive.
Donovan Edwards, 11 carries, 37 yards. We all know what he did in the second half last week in Columbus. Can he do it here in Indianapolis? And hand it off to Edwards. He makes a man miss and breaks out to the 30. Down the far sideline, 40 to the 30. One man has an angle and Donovan will step out of bounds. And Michigan's knocking on the door. They'll take the handoff and fight for the end zone. He's in. And the Wolverines strike quickly in the second half.
What a great start for Michigan, and the Purdue defense has to keep their head up.
He's going to fire it over the middle, and he's got his man. It's Luke Schoonmaker inside the 50.
And the Wolverines have come out of the locker room smoking here in the second half.
Well, and that's what they've done all season. They're a big play team.
Donovan Edwards makes a good cut in the backfield. Now back towards the middle of the field. Inside the 10, runs to a tackler. Donovan Edwards, touchdown. And the Wolverines pulling that second half trick off again.
Well, now we'll see what the Boilermakers' medal is like. Now they're facing some real adversity tonight, trailing by 2 scores for the first time. Pass is caught. Charlie Jones in Michigan territory, wrestled out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Hands it off. Now they fake the pitch back, and Maccabee runs into the back of his own blocker and still on his feet. He's at the 25, the 20. The Boilermakers are back in the red zone. 1st and 10 for the Boilermakers at the 18. Need a touchdown on this drive. Michigan shows a blitz. Here they come.
It is intercepted. Will Johnson jumped in front of Charlie Jones, and the freshman has an interception, and the Michigan defense comes up huge.
Just a terrific play. Wow.
Purdue is not playing with a lot of confidence right now. They need something good to happen for them. right now, all the momentum is on the Michigan side of the ball.
Back to pass, looking, steps up, Wolverines, here comes the pressure, and down goes O'Connell.
But you can see Michigan has really started to dial up a lot more blitzes here in the second half.
And they've had success. He has been hassled all day long. He just had to get rid of that ball many times before he wants to.
And it is intercepted. Jumping in front of the route for the Wolverines, it's Will Johnson, the freshman, again. And Michigan will take over on the Purdue 16-yard line.
I think we can safely say, Pete, this is probably a must-stop for the Purdue defense.
Fires to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Ronnie Bell. And Michigan extends their lead.
Proud of the Boilermakers, just couldn't convert field goals touchdowns.
Well, this team's #2 in the country for a reason.
I do want to take an opportunity here to just say, Purdue and Aidan O'Connell losing your brother. I can't say enough about this kid and the battle that he has put up today. 30 of 45, 337 yards.
Shout out to Blake Corn. Shout out to Blake Corn. We love you, my brother. Hey, damn good game, man. Appreciate this. Good luck. Great game. Thanks, coach. Appreciate it.
First, I'd like to congratulate Purdue University on a great game, but we're here to hand out the Big Ten trophy to head coach Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines.
Not done yet. Not done yet.
It feels great. It feels amazing. I feel good. We're ready to go right on the next one. We got one ring, we need another.
I swear I thought I lost it again because Big Ten Championship last year, I was so in the moment, I threw it. So I was like, dang, I love it.
Let's go home.